You probably clicked on this video because you're wondering if you've made any of these 5 calisthenics mistakes. The first mistake is not mastering the basics. This seems like a very obvious problem, but far too many athletes, including myself in the beginning, try and rush through the basics to get to the desired skill that they want. Rushing the basics can cause injury because you don't have the required strength you need to do X, Y, Z. Not only that, but you also get frustrated because you're not making any progress and you don't know why. Realizing you don't have enough strength for the skill that you want to do is a tough pill to swallow, but it's a very important one that you need to. Let's say you don't have the endurance to hold a handstand and you want to build that up. You should do exercises, the accessory work, that will get you the handstand, such as pike push-ups. And if your wrists are very weak, like mine were, you do wrist conditioning. Think of a car and what it needs to run properly. It needs an engine and it needs wheels. And just forget about the other stuff though. The engine and wheels, that's the foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, it's not gonna run. Now you're probably thinking, how do I master the basics? Well, let's say you want to get better at push-ups and pull-ups, as they're the fundamentals. First of all, let's focus on push-ups. What I did personally was I just did high reps. Now, some of you are probably gonna say that that's not the optimal way to build muscle. Well, first of all, you still do build muscle. We're not here to build muscle though. We're here to build functional strength and endurance. So when you get your push-up numbers in and you just keep spamming them as much as your body allows you to, so listen to your body. If it's sore, don't do push-ups on that day. Just wait until it recovers. And then as you keep getting better at them, you keep increasing the volume, so doing more sets. And then if you want, you can start adding weight if you get really good at them. The second mistake that most people make is not being patient enough. Now, what I mean by this is you see a skill you want to unlock on social media or wherever, and then you start training for it, and then you realize how long it takes, or you're just not seeing fast progress. But that's the thing though, calisthenics, it's delayed gratification. You don't get rewarded for trying to find the fastest approach or trying to skip to the good stuff. You get rewarded for putting in the hard yards, for sticking with it, the discipline. That's a delayed gratification, and it is so worth it, at least in my opinion. Especially for hard skills like front lever, planche, and human flag. It's unrealistic to achieve those in just a couple of months, unless if you're some genetic freak. To overcome the impatience, I recommend picking skills that take less time to achieve, such as balance skills, like the L-sit or the elbow lever. You could even go as basic as the frog stand. And then you build your way up until you get to the advanced skills. Now, the third mistake is not training with structure. When you train without structure, it means you're doing a bunch of random ass exercises that you saw on social media that promised you'd get the gains or you'd get the skill that you want, but really it doesn't. And you're not resting properly. Like, you could rest for too short, straight back into it, and you just don't know what you're doing. You can use structures such as the FIT principle, and FIT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. How often do you train? What's the intensity at? Is it very intense or is it not intense at all? What's the type of training you're doing? And time. How long do the workouts go for? Training with structure looks like this. Let's say, for example, you want to unlock the planche. You're not going to spam dips until you get it, because an exercise like dips does not get you the planche. You do hyper-specific exercises such as planche leans, scapular push-ups. You do a bit of straight arm work as well with rubber bands. And you can either choose to have high volume, low intensity so that you don't burn out, meaning you do a bunch of sets of the same thing, but you do it sub-maximally. Or you can do high intensity with low volume, but it's about pushing at the right time. You don't want to go all out every single session. So throughout the week, it'll look like this. Monday and Tuesday is a volume day, high volume, low intensity. Wednesday is rest. Thursday, Friday is intensity day with low volume. And Saturday and Sunday can be rest days. Unless if your body is feeling fine, then you can work out on Sunday. This is just one example of what your structure could look like. There are many others, but I don't have time to explain them all. The fourth mistake is training with a big ego. I understand wanting to feel strong when you're training skills, but it's something that you have to keep under control. What I mean by this is, let's say you're training a front lever, for example, and your best progression that you can hold for a decent amount of time is a single leg front lever, but you want to push yourself and you try and go for a full front lever and you just can't do it and you keep trying to spam it. That's ego lifting right there, or ego training. I've been guilty of this myself, and so have some of the pros as well, but it's something that we need to overcome in order to actually get stronger. And by being honest and humble with yourself, you're able to pinpoint your weaknesses and then you can work on them. If you're not strong enough with push-ups, just do knee push-ups until you're comfortable enough to try and do your first push-up. I would say maybe 5 to 10. Take it with a grain of salt though, don't take my word for it, but roughly around there, and then you can do your first push-up. You should be able to get your first push-up with at least 10 knee push-ups. Last but not least, the fifth mistake is a no pain, no gain mindset. You're the top 10% of the beginners who didn't quit calisthenics because you actually wanted to pursue the passion and you wanted to get stronger and unlock skills and vice versa. And you're training really hard, you have your structure in, you know what you're doing, but you may be training a little too hard. Maybe you're training on days where you feel sore, or your body's screaming at you to take it easy on the wrists, and you have the mindset that if I don't feel pain, well, I'm not going to get stronger. And this just leads to injury. This is one of the big mistakes that I've made that has set back my progress way too much. I remember I was doing, I think it was like handstands or push-ups, and I came up kind of funny when I was doing weighted push-ups, and then my wrist was gone for months. I had to use parallettes, and even then my wrist still hurt so much, all because I didn't listen to my body that was telling me that my wrists needed conditioning and they needed rest. And every single workout, you don't need to go 100%. Training sub-maximal is also really good, and you can have light days as well if you really need, or just take a rest day. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope this helped you guys, and if you made it this far, appreciate it a lot. See you in the next video.